Hopefully, taking a seat with feet connected to the ground. You can always put a book or remember telephone books? You could put uh, a block or whatever it is, but it's nice to have that grounded feeling. Let your arms rest on your thighs, palms up or down, and you might like to close your eyes. Full in-breath through the nose. And you open the mouth, exhale, letting go. Filling up through the nose. Exhale, emptying out. Once more like that. Now breathing in and out of your nose. Let the body find its natural rhythm. We're talking about shifts, shifts, today. I listened as the tour guide explained the crack, the huge gaping rupture in the Earth's surface as we traveled along Bryce Canyon. My mind traveled back to an earthquake that shook Southern California in 1994. Earthquakes are reminders that life shifts, moves, changes places. Sometimes the shifts are gradual and begin slowly, like the gaping hole in Bryce Canyon. Sometimes, as in the earthquakes, the shifts happen in an instant. We don't know in advance and can't plan for the shift. But there's one thing we can count on. Just as nature shifts and moves into new shapes and forms, so do we. Sometimes our shifts happen suddenly. Other times they take place over years, beginning almost imperceptibly. As we move into increased self-awareness, we will become more aware of these shifts. We'll know, see, and feel when they're taking place. We may not know where they're leading, but we'll know something's afoot. The more we value and trust life, the more we can count on these shifts to lead us forward and trust the new shape being formed in our lives. The more flexible we become, the more we allow for these shifts and work with them instead of against them, the easier they will be. Two things that I love out of that. As we move to increased self-awareness, that's what we do here on the mat. That's what we're practicing. Also some fun shapes and some breath and maybe a chuckle or two, but really improving self-awareness and also being flexible to change, to movement, to pivoting, right? That's part of it, part of the practice. Check in with your body. Feel your feet on the ground. Let your shoulders relax. Feel the breath entering and leaving the nostrils. Keep a soft gaze, or maybe the eyes are closed. Notice when the mind wanders and come back to each breath. Again, notice your feet on the ground, the seat in your chair, tall posture, feel good breath. A few more breaths right here, this moment. Bring your hands to your heart space, heart center. You can stack them or touch them together. And we'll send something good out from our hearts outward to each other, to our communities, and beyond. And release your arms. You can wiggle your toes, maybe wiggle your fingers, blink your eyes open. And your next inhale, let the arms reach up. And exhale to your center. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale, center. Again, inhale, reach up. Exhale, center. And we'll switch it up now. We'll inhale, reach up. And then exhale, turn the palms and come down. Wide arms. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale, lowering down. Inhale, reaching. Exhale, lowering. Last one. Inhale, reaching. Exhale, lowering. And the hands can rest on the thighs. Perhaps you're going to scoot forward a little bit, feet connected to the ground as we come in to our Sufi rolls, roaming around. Remember, they can be small or they can be as big as you like, keeping the seat grounded. We'll go the other direction. Bring yourself back to center. You can stay up tall or sit back in the chair tall, your choice, using support if you'd like. We'll start with the head and you'll do half circles, head and neck, starting with a few half circles. Now decide if you want to go all the way around. You can. You're keeping the neck long when you look up at the sky. Slow and steady. Switching direction. Staying with your half circles if that's what you're liking. Let the shoulders relax. Sometimes they want to help. Mine like to help a lot. Good. One more time. Make your way back to center, and we'll let the arms hang, and we'll take shoulder rolls. Drawing up and reaching back, down, and around. Take a few in the other direction. Finding that range, letting the shoulder blades move along the rib cage. Oh, yeah. Let's do a few back in the first direction. Good. Come back to stillness, pausing, noticing some maybe warmth in your shoulders, your neck. And we'll take a few cats and cows. You can slide the hands kind of in front of the knees to use the legs, drawing forward, finding the cow shape, that nice back bend, and then rounding into your cat pose. Flexion and then spinal extension. If you're looking up toward the sky in your cow pose, remember, neck is long, happy. We're not just dropping the head back. Couple more times. Cats and cows. Once more. When we come back to center, let's reach the leg out and make an ankle circle, one in each direction, and then lower. Reach the leg out, ankle circle, each direction, and lower. If it's helpful to hold to give support anywhere on the leg, do that. Side to side, one leg, then the other. We reach it up, we circle the ankle, and we release. Once more, each leg. Good, and the legs come down. Let's take the legs just a little bit wider. Just a little bit. I'm going to scoot forward. And we can press the legs into the arms and the arms press back out into the legs. So we haven't gone really wide. We'll get there if you want, but we're starting right here, pressing legs in, arms pressing out. Breathe. Good, and release. See if you'd like to take them a little bit wider, and you can turn the feet out a little bit. Same work, arms press out, legs try to press in. So I'm feeling some work in the outer hips, also feeling some work in the arms. Finding the breath, that feel-good breath, even though there's some efforting happening. Good, and release. And then bring the legs back together. For thread the needle, we'll take the left leg on top. If crossing is enough, you'll cross. Otherwise, this kind of figure four stretch. You can stay upright, or you can lean forward, resting on the legs, or letting the arms kind of relax on the front of this shin here. Sometimes feels very good to come forward, then come back upright. Notice, take a breath, then come back in. See if there's anything new or different. Maybe not. Full breath in through the nose, open mouth, exhale. Maybe one more like that. And we'll come back up tall, release the left, let's go to the right. Remember crossing or thread the needle shape. Investigate, feel, oh, this side has something different to say. And maybe leaning forward. Let the breath be a guide. If you're like breathing less or holding your breath, maybe back off a bit and find some peace in a big stretch. And I'm going to sit up tall, and then I'm going to come back in one more time. Check it out. A few more breaths on this second side. When we come up, release the left, bringing the feet to the ground, sitting in a way that feels supportive, coming into stillness. So we are practicing being available, flexible for movement, for change, for pivoting, and for pausing. Finding our center and making change from that place. Blinking your eyes open, perhaps scooting forward a smidge. Let your arms hang by your sides. Let's start our side bends here. Side to side, any amount. Arms are relaxed. Now you might like to take the hands maybe to the legs. It's a little different. Now I've got hands resting on my thighs. Maybe fingertips to shoulders. Still side bending. Any of them that feel good. Maybe reaching. I'm using my leg as support with the other arm as the top arm reaches. Any amount of side bending. One more each way. Good. And then we'll come into a twist, but we'll hold. We'll hold the twist. Pick your favorite side. Feel your feet on the ground. Arms are relaxed here as well. I'm finding the twist from my torso, letting the arms and shoulders relax. You might look back, look forward, kind of that no movement with your head, and then find a place that feels good to be still. At the bottom of your next exhale, come back to center. Let's do a few cat-cows before we switch sides. Few cats and cows. Nice spinal movement today in our chair. Once more. And we find neutral, tall spine. Then arms are relaxed. The torso takes me into my twist. You can turn your head, saying no thank you. And then find a place of stillness, looking in the direction that feels good for your neck. Breathing up and down your spine. Bottom of your exhale, coming back to center, and a few cats and cows. Come back to center. For the next few things that we do, you can stay seated or you can stand. The first one is heel lifts. So here they are when I'm seated. I'm lifting the heels. I feel the calves working. Or if you're wanting to try up, you can use your chair and you can rise up and down. If your chair feels tipsy, get near something solid, a wall, maybe even both hands on the wall. We'll do a few more of these, keeping your feet in line with your knees and your hips. We're trying not to let the legs sneak out to the side. Twice more, lifting the heels and lowering. And now let's lift and hold. Hold the heels up. Don't forget to breathe. Come halfway down, all the way back up, and all the way back down. And let's take the leg and do a couple circles with the foot. Ooh. Hello, calves. Circling in the other direction and switching legs. All right. Now you'll want your chair out of the way so you don't hit it. If you're seated, you'll be doing the same movement. It's a twist back and forth. So same thing, standing or seated. I love this dynamic twist. We move side to side. So either way, seated or standing. I like a little bend in the knees if I'm standing, and try to let the arms relax so they're kind of floppy. Maybe the heel lifts up a little bit. My folks that have cranky knees, they like to lift the knee, lift the heel. So maybe that works. Relaxed in the knees, relaxed in the spine, relaxed in the arms, floppy standing twist. Couple more breaths. And we come back to center. All right, this is our hardest part for today. If you're seated, I'm going to ask that you do the movement as best you can because we're going to touch forward, side, back, side, forward, and home. So you'll be touching down with the toes and I'll guide you through. Or if you're standing, you use your chair or the wall. I'll put my chair to the side and I'll try to keep my arms out of the way. We want to keep tall in our posture. The standing leg is the one that will be working quite a bit, and we'll touch forward, side, back. Try to keep the leg straight, side, forward, and home position. Let's do once more. Foot forward, to the side, back, side, forward, and home. And then we get to switch sides. Okay, standing leg, tall posture, foot touches lightly forward, side, back, side, forward, and home. Once more, forward, side, back, side, forward, and home. Okay, we're switching back to side one. Our direction will start backwards first. Really be mindful not to go into a back bend. Stay tall. Getting my arm out of the way here. You can also try it without. Let me try one hands-free. Yikes, here we go. Foot goes back, side, front, side, back, and home. That's not too bad today. Okay, one more time. Foot back, side, front, side, back, and home. We're trying to keep the leg as straight as possible and touch as lightly as possible. Let's finish up on our last side. So you'll have to turn your body again. Make sure you get your bearings. Use hands or hands-free. We're going back first. Touch back, side, front, side, back, home position. One more time, back, side, front, side, back, and home. Feel your feet on the ground. Take a couple of breaths. I call that one the baseball diamond, so it should be good for you too. All the baseball fans. Seated or standing, we have one more thing. If you're standing, let a little bend happen in the knees. Arms will float up, inhale, and then exhale down, shoulder height. Seated is the same thing. Inhale and exhale. Soft gaze, grounded through your feet. In breath, out breath through the nose. Inhaling, exhaling. Twice more. Good. Okay, let's take our chair out of the way and come all the way down to the ground. So that could have been a class in and of itself, and then you could sit in your chair and rest. Once you arrive on the earth, let your legs completely relax. They might be as wide as your mat, maybe even wider. We'll start with arms in a T shape. Letting the shoulders relax. The whole body is supported now. Full breath in through the nose, open mouth, exhale. Once more like that. And back to regular rhythm in and out of your nose. Hug your knees in toward your chest. Be still or gently rock. One hand on each leg circling out and around and drawn back in. Any size circle. See if the arms can do most of the work, guiding the legs around. Other direction. Release. Keep your knees bent, or again, let the legs straighten out, completely relaxed, maybe as wide as your mat or wider. Arms can come to a T or maybe a little higher this time, like a starfish. Star shape. Whole body supported, enjoying some stillness. Slide your arms down into Shavasana shape by your sides. Bend your knees. Connect your feet to the ground. Remembering our heel lifts from seated and or standing. So this is what it will look like. We'll take the heels up. When they come down, press them down, then let the pelvis lift and your arms can float up and over. Coming back down, then lift the heels, heels down and press, rise up into your bridge. Arms can float up and over if you'd like. Then everything, hips and arms down. We lift the heels, lower the heels and press as you rise up. Exhale, coming down. Let's do a couple more like that. You can always rest. Heels lift, lower and push down, lifting into your bridge, lower, down. Last one, heels lift, lower, push, lift, and lower. Good. Let's grab a cushion and come into supported bridge. You can have a towel or a blanket, pillow, bolster, whatever you have. A block could work, but I like something a little more welcoming, a little more cush. Getting all the wiggles, getting your shoulders and your arms just right. Feel your feet on the ground. Let the body settle here for a few breaths. Gentle inversion. Staying here or sliding the right leg out and reaching the right arm up and over. We stretch the whole side body. We're not just letting the spine go into a back bend here. Think spine down, ribs down toward the floor instead of the sky. Nice side stretch. Full breath in and out. And 2 more breaths on this side. Bringing the arm down, leg comes back. Notice if you need to shift or adjust your support. Then left leg slides out, left arm reaching up and over. Take one more full breath here. Arm comes back, bend the leg. Notice again if you need to adjust your cushion. Now you can keep feet on the ground, or maybe you want to draw the legs in or take them up in the sky. Arms, Shavasana, or T arms, or even goalpost arms. We've done some heel lifts today, so if your legs are up and it feels good to point one foot and then the other, be a little stretching in the calves. And you could do that with your feet down as well. It just won't feel as stretchy. It'll be working the calves again, just lifting one heel and then the other. Find a place of stillness. We'll stay here about another minute. Slide the arms down. Bring your feet back down to the ground. Taking a whole body stretch now. If you'd rather remove the cushion and come down, you can stretch out on the earth, on the ground. Spine will be more neutral. Otherwise, the legs can slide out, the arms can reach up and over. Being mindful not to send your ribs and your belly up to the sky, but instead draw them down a little bit, stretching through the limbs. Full breath in through the nose. Open mouth, exhale. Once more like that. Full breath in. Open mouth, exhale. Let's take 2 more breaths, gentle through the nose. And slowly, arms come down. Bend your knees. When you're ready, push through the heels. Lift up. Removing your cushion. Come down. Hug your knees in. You might like to be still or perhaps rock. Bring your feet back down to the ground and set your legs up for Shavasana, but we'll do just a little bit of love for the head and the neck. So you can add your cushions underneath your thighs. I like mine super close to the butt. I find that very supportive on the low back. You might like your cushions lower. And let's have arms either by your sides or perhaps in the T shape. That might feel nice. We're going to take that no motion again with the head rolling the head left and right, nice and slow. And when we did this in our twist, we were upright, we were holding the heavy head. Now we're letting the head rest into the support. Neck and shoulders are relaxed. A couple more times, we'll roll side to side. And when you come back to center, let your arms slide down. Add anything that you need for resting pose, Shavasana. You can have an eye pillow, a spritz of lavender, a blanket, palms up or down, whole body resting. Truly where the change happens, when we pause and let rest refuel us. I'll be upright watching the time. You get to completely relax. Shavasana. Life is always moving, changing, shifting into its next shape. The movement is natural. It is how we evolve. Let the shifts happen. Take responsibility for yourself each step of the way. Trust the new shape and form of your world. We stay flexible and we increase our self-awareness. Begin to deepen your breath. Wiggling fingers and toes. Any movement that would feel good to you here. Maybe again, turning the head. Maybe stretching out again through the whole body. Or maybe draw the knees in. Hug your body close. And you can choose to stay lying down or roll to your side into fetal pose. Checking in there. The pose of new beginnings. So we have our practice and we begin again. We begin again. If you're coming up, gently press yourself up. And wherever you are comfortable, bring your hands to your heart center. Grateful for our time together to practice. We're holding each other accountable, right? To remain flexible and open to change, to pivot. Thank you. Thank you for practicing today. Thank you, lady.